Christians of the first century who were experiencing fierce persecutions. Their faith in the victory of Jesus was strengthened, and they were able to embrace difficulties and martyrdom with confidence, hope, and even joy because of the assurance of Christ's ultimate triumph. However, these weeks remind us that our lives on this earth will end, and this world will end. We are on a pilgrimage. Participation in salvation presumes a journey. To take a journey, we have to prepare, we have to leave, and we have to recognize that this world, with all its allurements and distractions, will pass away. The new life, symbolized by the flowering of the fig tree, reminds us that what appears as the end is really a necessary stage for the new beginning. The language of Jesus is dramatic because he is speaking about the destruction of the temple in Jerusalem in 70 AD. It was tragic, and the structure has never been rebuilt. In fact, there is a mosque on part of the site, and the western wall of the temple is all that remains. The destruction shattered many of the Jews, and so the prediction of Jesus is shocking to his contemporaries 40 years before the events. One reaction might be to remain paralyzed and without action. That is certainly not the invitation of the Lord. His is the preparation, awareness, and response to the signs of the times. He assures us that we can walk with confidence and that we must help others head forward in the same way. The text from Hebrews urges that tranquility and the way forward. We are charged to share what we have received. In fact, that is why we gather. Because we believe that what we have learned is vital for all. Our faith is about heaven or hell, and so we want to share the message of salvation so as to open ourselves to the gifts offered, and in love to make sure that others also have the opportunity to say yes to the invitation. Salvation is a gift. It is an inheritance. You do not earn an inheritance. It is a gift earned by others and bequeathed to you. Jesus earned our inheritance. He did the work and offers the fruits to us. For by one offering, he has made perfect forever those who are being consecrated. Those who choose to reject the gift are punished for their failure, which is a rejection of the giver. The invitation is to respond in love to him. In one sense, that frees us from fear, because Jesus assures us of his help and his intervention. If we are united to him, nothing can harm us definitively. In another way, he pushes us to a life of serious and confident commitment. Ultimately, we are here this evening because we want to be sure that the men, women, and families served by this global archdiocese have the opportunity to hear the saving message, celebrate the sacraments, grow in their knowledge of Jesus Christ, and prepare well for the definitive journey journey. We want to share the best gift we have received. Pope Francis reminds us of this truth when he wrote, "Goodness always tends to spread. Every authentic experience of truth and goodness seeks by its very nature to grow within us. And any person who has experienced a profound liberation becomes more sensitive to the needs of others. As it expands, goodness takes root and develops. If we wish to lead a dignified and fulfilling life, we have to reach out to others and seek their good in this regard. In this regard, several sayings of St. Paul will not surprise us. The love of Christ urges us on. Woe to me if I do not proclaim the gospel. We long to fill this urging and to proclaim the truth about Jesus Christ. We recognize the great privilege to participate in the one sacrifice of Christ, which makes salvation possible and allows us to receive Him. We cannot be complacent and are restless until all have the opportunity to participate in this sacrifice. We know that too many are kept from the sacraments because of the shortage of priests. We preach this message of salvation because we want to share the gift. That's why we have Team St. Paul, the Vocations Program, the Military Council of Catholic Women, and catechetical initiatives all serve to make it possible for those served by this Archdiocese to participate in the life of the Church. I am so grateful to all of you who contribute to the realization of this mission. We know that Christ is our light, and He will return to give us the fullness of life. The conclusion will always be meeting the Lord who loves us and cares for us. As Dante wrote in Il Paradiso, whoever sees that light is soon made such that it would be impossible for him to set that light aside for another sight, because the good, the object of the will, is fully gathered in that light. Outside that light, where what there is perfect is defective. The Lord is the source of authentic immortality, because nothing will last that is not willed by Him. Even in our immediate concerns, the ultimate judgment and source of our decisions is His will. He is the true and eternal authority who can direct, interpret, guide, and give stability to our lives. We are obliged to decide what is important and eliminate the superfluous. That too is challenging in a world that constantly urges us to buy this or to have that, as if things could bring us happiness. The call of the end of the liturgical year is to recognize with St. Thomas Aquinas that the Lord alone is the source of all happiness. Dwelling with Him alone is important, and anything that prevents placing Him at the center of our lives cannot prevail. It must be dismissed. In this perfect prayer, I thank all of you for your generosity and contributions to the missions of this global Archdiocese. We pray together, not because we fear the definitive meeting with the Lord, or the end of this earth, we know that it will come at a time that no one can predict, despite the claims of some 13 years ago last May. False Jesuses, wars, earthquakes, and famines will all come, but the end is not yet. We gather to encourage one another on the path to the fullness of life and to pray for each other. Those are acts of authentic charity, which spur our participation, spur our preparation, and increase our zeal to evangelize.